Hello everyone, I am here with my Dreams and Miracles book by Anne Spangler, and today's story is going to be A Dream Helped Save My Marriage by Lois Furdeck. Okay?
Right.
Let me start off by reading you the introduction. Louise is a registered nurse who holds a teaching position in a psychiatric hospital in Yankton, South Dakota. The mother of 3 grown daughters, she carries photos of her 6 grandchildren wherever she goes. Currently enrolled in a spiritual direction program, she hopes to help others make progress in the spiritual life. 7 years ago, she had what she calls a big dream, an experience that helped turn her life around. Now, let's get into the story. After 25 years of marriage, my husband Bob and I were finally alone again. The last of our 3 girls had just left for college. It could have been a romantic moment with soft music and whispered words to each other as we celebrated all we had achieved in our life together. But neither Bob nor I was feeling particularly romantic. In fact, we wondered if we still felt anything at all for each other. It had been easy to ignore our problems when we were forced on the kids. Both of us worked different shifts. He was a police sergeant and I was a nurse in a psychiatric hospital. But now our youngest was gone and we had just sold our home and moved to a secluded cabin on a nearby lake. Bob had resigned his position and was searching for a new job, so it was no longer easy to ignore each other. Fighting soon became our preferred method of communicating. I was so depressed that the words of an old Peggy Lee song kept droning on and on in my head. Is that all there is? Is that all there is? I couldn't help replaying the lyrics, which seemed a hopeless commentary on the state of our marriage. Fortunately, neither Bob nor I are quitters, especially when it comes to marriage. Once I figured out that we needed to get reacquainted, I felt sure I could handle the problem. I had always been good at fixing things at home or at work, so I didn't see why I couldn't figure out a solution to our problems this time. I dragged Bob to every kind of renewal program within 100 miles. We were going to learn how to communicate if it killed us, but nothing seemed to help. I was on a treadmill, moving faster and faster in my search for a solution, but going nowhere at all. That's when I had the dream I will never forget. It happened on January 5th, 1990. In my dream, I am standing on stage all by myself. Huge puzzle pieces are scattered across the platform. Though I am tired, berangled, and sweaty, I reach out and pick up the pieces, trying to make them fit together. I do my best to hold them in place as I pick up yet another shape, trying to see where it fits. I hold the puzzle up before the audience, showing them that I can put it together, but it keeps falling apart. And I am falling apart too, trying but determined to fit the puzzle back together. Then I watch it fall to pieces again. Suddenly I hear a voice asking, "Why are you trying to do this by yourself?" The next thing I know, I am standing in the bathroom, staring in the mirror, not sure if I am asleep or awake. Why am I trying to do this by myself, I wonder? And I shake the sleep from my head, but I cannot shake the dream from my heart. This was the first dream I had had in years, or at least the first dream I had remembered. Without understanding it, I knew it was a big dream and that it represented some kind of turning point in my life. Later that week, I decided to share it with members of my self-help group I belonged to. Afterward, a woman named Ellen asked if she could talk with me about my dream. "Do you know that was talking to you in the dream?" Do you know who it was? I told her I hadn't the slightest idea. It was God, she said. He's communicating with you in this dream. A nominal Christian at the time, I was astonished to think God might be trying to catch my attention through the dream, but Ellen's words rang true, and it was the beginning of a spiritual awakening in my life. Since that dream, Bob and I have come full circle. Both of us know God in a deeply personal way, and we have experienced Him graciously renewing our marriage. Our relationship wasn't transformed overnight. It takes a lot of work and commitment, but the dream marked the beginning of a new era in our life together. It suggested that I end my solitary efforts and begin a new partnership with God. Like any good nurse, I still struggle with wanting to fix things, but I know the best way to solve any kind of problem is to surrender it and follow God's lead. Bob and I spent 6 years in our cabin on the lake, getting to know each other once again, working through our difficulties and renewing our commitment as a couple. If you had told me then that a dream would mark the turning point in my life, I wouldn't have believed you. But now I realize that God is involved in our lives. Whether we're awake or asleep, it doesn't really matter to Him. And that was A Dream That Helped Save My Marriage by Lois Furdeck. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's true story. And the next makes me kind of laugh. The next story that we're going to read is by Lucy Scholand, and it's Jesus in Dreadlocks.
Oh, wow.
So we look forward to reading that one. And so I hope you guys enjoyed today's story, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys. God bless.